I guess some people just need to find the negative. Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watu-K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. Reminder, join us every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. for the Wednesday night live show. So I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit of baseball, particularly about Metropolitan Park, the brand new plan that Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, has finally revealed. It's his big plan to improve the area around Citi Field. Now, we're going to put the visual of the map on the screen for you, for anybody who may not have seen it. So we've been hearing the idea floated for a lot of years, but this week, the first visual of the planned idea was released. So the proposal is calling for all kinds of different things. A casino, a whole entertainment complex. It's going to be constructed in the 50-acre parking lot in Queens, right next to Citi Field. It's calling for park space, athletic fields, bike paths, playgrounds, but then you also have an improved mass transit station, which could certainly be needed. And then several parking garages, which are going to be stacked. And that's going to be the big issue with this thing that we're going to get to in a little bit. But finally, we get the bars, we get the restaurants. It looks like possibly multiple hotels, possibly 2 hotels, one of which will be a Hard Rock hotel. Also, you've got a food hall specifically devoted to Queens. That sounds pretty cool. We know Queens is a very multi-ethnic area, so I'm sure going to get some pretty cool cuisines over there. Plus a live music venue, which can help bring year-round foot traffic, bike paths, and a designated tailgate space. Now, for the most part, I love the proposal. I think it's a fantastic idea. Of course, it still has to go through the approval. But as I look through the actual structure of it, there's one thing that I'm not a big fan of, and that is that the tailgate space is really out of the way from the parking garages. Now, let's think about this logistically. Who wants to park in a garage, in a layered garage, lug their grill and food to whatever this designated space is, then have to lug it all back to the parking garage and then go into the game? It seems like too much of a headache. Okay, now, as for the land, Cohen's got to get the state legislature and the just wonderful governor of New York to pass a law allowing commercial development there because it's technically considered parkland. All right, so he has to get the state to approve it. Now, Queensborough President Donovan Richards, very much in favor of it. The local Chamber of Commerce is in favor of it. I think probably the biggest holdup is going to be the casino plan. All right, so the casino requires approval from the state of New York, and under current law, state officials can have only 3 new casino licenses in downstate New York. That, of course, includes New York City. So that could be a challenge because this thing's including a sports book and a gaming area. Okay, 2 separate sites. But the benefits of the whole thing are insane. It drives the local economy with hotel, restaurants, bars, the music venue, the sports book, and the gaming facility. You're giving people jobs in construction, then hospitality, security, and so on. But of all the different responses that I've seen, I think most of them have been very positive. There was one negative reaction that I saw in a couple places, and it kind of made me laugh. And that is people complaining about the current parking situation. People are complaining that the parking lot's going to be going away and it's going to be replaced with layered garages. And I actually saw a petition online. Save the Citi Field parking lot. Save the Citi Field parking lot. I mean, come on. We're talking about adding, finally, the Mets' own version of the Ballpark Village in St. Louis, or the Battery in Atlanta, or Clark Street in Chicago, or Utah Street in Baltimore. Here's the only thing you need to make sure gets done with the parking lot. Save the base markings from Shea Stadium. Other than that, I don't care what happens with the parking lot. Take the train. Take the bus for all I care. When I fly into LaGuardia, I can take the bus right to Citi Field, for instance. Okay, so if you have to drive somewhere and take the train in to avoid the parking hassle, do that. But here's the thing. two things. Once you're there, you're having a better experience than you ever did before because you can actually hang out in a designated area. You're not sitting on the freaking bed of your car or whatever to do that. And since there are a lot of things to do, you can hang out until that first initial wave of traffic is gone anyway. So it's not as if you have to head straight to the layer garage and get right out because there's nothing else to do in the area anymore. Now, I don't expect this park, if it's approved, to be ready for quite a few years to come, but I got a feeling the wait is very much going to be worth it. It will only enhance the experience of going to a New York Mets game, and man, I hope something like it comes with a few tweaks here and there. Again, I think the tailgating, I'd like it to be a little more central and located, but other than that, I think it'd be a fantastic addition. Well, those are my thoughts on Metropolitan Park. Are you in favor of it? Are you against it? I'd like to see what you have to say in the comments. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.